Hello, my name is Joshua Velez, and I'm going to be going over my final leadership theory and personal agency presentation. And I decided to just hone in on the Horsager reading. And my key idea is just the importance of trust in leadership. And I decided to separate it into three different working parts. And I'm going to be talking about leading trust through relationships, leading trust through integrity, and leading trust through work standards. So the first portion is leading trust through relationships. And the three different pillars I'm going to be speaking about are clarity, connection, and consistency. The first pillar I'm going to be speaking about is clarity. And Horsager had a bunch of different things to say on how to relate clarity on towards trust. But what I thought was most important and what I got the most from was this idea of creating clarity in the vision and purpose. And I thought it was important because as a leader, it's beneficial to have that clear vision and purpose. When you work for a company or you're being led by someone that doesn't have a clear vision and purpose, you're kind of left confused and not sure what to do. But when you are with someone that does have a clear vision, you can trust that person with the work that you're putting in, and you can feel more inclined to do more work and to do better at what you're doing. So I thought that was real interesting. And the second pillar is connection. And what stood out to me in the Horsager reading was just transparency in teams. I feel transparency is such a hard word for leaders because it's difficult to be transparent in leadership. You do want to be right a lot of the time, and you don't want your leaders to see you in a certain way. So when you're transparent, it's humbling. But being transparent allows your followers to do the same thing, right? Being transparent starts to build that relationship where your followers can be transparent with you as well, and it creates that trust and a bond between the two, allowing there to be a relationship where both parts are talking and communicating in a way where you trust each other and you're working towards improvement. And the last pillar in relationship that I would like to go over is consistency. And what I got most from the Horsager reading on consistency was not to agree to anything that you can't deliver. And what I thought about is that doesn't mean that you have to always be available. Consistency doesn't mean that you always have to be available and you always have to do the right thing and you always have to be just there. It just means that you have to be honest with your time and honest with what you can and you cannot do. Uh, and that way your followers can really trust you. Trust that your yeses will be yes and your nos will be no, and allowing there to be a relationship where they can count on you, where your followers can count on you when the time comes. The second part of this presentation I'd like to go over is leading trust through integrity. And the two pillars I am using for this is compassion and commitment. The first pillar is compassion. And the point where what I got from the Horsager reading was think beyond yourself. Uh, when your followers see that you're not only thinking about money, you're not only thinking about what would benefit the company, you're not only thinking about what would benefit yourself, but you're also thinking about what will benefit the followers, will benefit them. It'll show them that they can trust you, and it'll benefit you as a leader because they'll work harder. They'll give you their all. They'll give you all they have because they trust you in what they're doing. And the second pillar and the last pillar on integrity I'm going to be speaking on is commitment. And the point that Horsager made on commitment was without commitment of the leader, the players will not win. And you just see the followers will give as much as the leader gives. If the leader is not committed to his or her work, the followers will do the same way. So when the followers see that the leader is committed to their job, you have a winning team there, and they'll build trust and confidence to get the work done. The last thing I'd like to speak about is leading trust through work standards, and the two pillars I'll be using is competency and contribution. And the first pillar that I'm speaking about is competency, and the point that Horsager made that stood out with me and that I took was accept accountability in your life. And I feel as a leader, again, this goes back to the beginning when I was talking about transparency. As a leader, you don't want to be looked at a certain way. So sometimes it's difficult to be held responsible for what you're doing, but when you're accountable for what you're doing and you move on, it really shows your staff, it really shows your followers that you can be trusted in this way. And it benefits you as a company, it benefits you as a leader because you now have a leadership that is more productive and more loyal to you because they trust you more, and they'll produce more. The last pillar I'm going to speak about is contribution. And the point that I got from the Horror Saga reading was you must deliver results to be trusted. No one wants to follow a leader that can't get results, can't really show their work, because then they're following a leader that is not doing anything or is not competent enough to really fulfill the job that needs to get done. And being able to do that really allows the followers to know that the leader that they are following is someone that can be trusted and someone that they can go for advice. Some of the benefits of having an increase in trust is that there's more morale, retention, productivity, innovation, loyalty, and revenue. I found this on the in the Horror Saga reading, and I thought it was so interesting and so accurate. I just want to say thank you guys for your time, and I hope you guys all have a great day.